How did you realize your friend was using you? It was the parking ticket that finally made everything clear. Not the expensive dinners I paid for, not the constant favors, not even the job reference that got him hired at my company. A $30 parking ticket. Garrett called me at 11 p.m. on a Thursday. Emergency, he said. Can you Venmo me $30? Got a ticket and they're about to boot my car. I'd already lent him $300 that month for unexpected expenses. But this felt different. Maybe because it was the fourth emergency that week. Maybe because I could hear music and laughter in the background while he talked about being broke. Where are you? I asked. Home. Why? The music got louder. Someone yelled, shots. He was at a bar. I sent the money anyway. Then I started counting. 6 years of friendship. Hundreds of I forgot my wallet moments. Dozens of I'll get you next time promises. 0 times he got me next time. I'd been keeping a mental tally without realizing it, and now the numbers were screaming. Started paying attention after that. When we'd hang out, he'd suggest expensive places, then discover payment issues when the check came. Always had stories ready. Card declined, bank problems, waiting on a check. The stories were elaborate, convincing, came with supporting details about calls to customer service. But his Instagram told different stories. New clothes, weekend trips, concert tickets. Posted the same night he texted me about being too broke for groceries. The pattern was so clear once I looked. He'd text me constantly when he needed something. Computer help, moving assistance, rides to the airport, then radio silence for weeks. Only heard from him when the favor bank was open. Tested it once. Told him I needed help moving a couch. Suddenly, he had back problems I'd never heard about in 6 years. But 2 days later, posted videos of himself at the gym doing deadlifts. The job reference thing hurt most. Spent hours coaching him for interviews at my company. Vouched for him with my reputation. He got hired, then started calling in sick constantly. My manager pulled me aside. Your friend is making you look bad. He got fired after 3 months. Blamed me for not covering for him better. That's when I realized it wasn't friendship. It was a subscription service where I paid all the fees and he got all the benefits. I was an ATM with emotions. The final conversation was almost funny. Called him out on everything. His response? I thought you were successful enough that money didn't matter to you. It's not about money. It's about respect. Come on, don't be dramatic. Friends help each other. When have you helped me? Long pause. Then, I'm always there for emotional support. Couldn't remember a single time he'd asked how I was doing without immediately pivoting to his problems. Cut him off completely. He sent 30 texts the first week. Not apologies. Requests. Could I return the spare key he'd left at my place? Could I send him the Netflix password? Could I help him with one last thing? 3 months later, mutual friends said he was telling everyone I'd abandoned him during a rough patch. That I was materialistic, keeping score, not understanding what real friendship meant. Real friendship. From a guy who once asked me to lie to his girlfriend about where he was, while simultaneously asking to borrow money for their anniversary dinner he wasn't planning to attend. Ran into him last year. He acted like nothing happened. We should catch up. Let me get your new number. Why? Come on, we were boys. Remember all the good times? I did remember. Remembered paying for most of them. I'm good, I said. He looked genuinely confused, like he couldn't understand why the ATM wasn't dispensing anymore. Still have the spreadsheet I made afterward. Calculated roughly $12,000 over 6 years. Not loans, just money that disappeared into the black hole of his conveniences. But the education was worth it. Now I recognize the pattern immediately. The charm that appears with need, the emergencies that only money solves, the amnesia about reciprocity. New friends sometimes joke about my trust issues when I insist on separate checks. They don't get it. I don't have trust issues. I have clarity. That $30 parking ticket saved me thousands. Sometimes the smallest things show you the biggest truths. Garrett still owes me $30, plus interest, plus $12,000, plus 6 years. But really, I owe him thanks. He taught me the difference between a friend and a parasite. Parasites always think they're symbiotic.